Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be learning about the very basics of Roblox scripting. We're actually going to be learning about the properties and basics of Roblox scripting. Now let's start. So first, you should have all your tabs open. Now, I'm going to get you started on that. First, you see this small top bar on here. You first press view over here. Then you go to the properties and explore. And by the way, if it's going down like here, you just have to scroll down to next to what's new. Press this arrow down. So after that, you have your explore and your properties open. You should also have your outputs open, because this is really helpful when you are scripting. You should also have your toolbox open. Toolbox is just a place where you get models that you can learn from, use, and, well, other stuff that you want. Now, let me show you the controls. Holding the left mouse, and holding it and moving around causes your screen to go with where you want. You just have to drag your mouse around. The normal controls with WASD are the same. The arrow keys work just the same thing as WASD. Now, let's get started. The Explore tab has all the services. Now, these services are things that control. For example, the players is where it holds the players. The lighting is where it holds the lighting. Explain these later, this later, and this later. This is where it holds all the GUIs. This is all the tools. This is the starter player. I'll explain later. This is sound service. This is chat. This is where you put the language. This is the test service, which happens when you join the game or test. Now let's get started. Now let's insert a part. Going into home, and right next to the toolbox, there's the part. You have to click on it, and a part will appear right in front of your camera. Now, you can go over here again and press the scale button. You can scale it and customize it whenever you want. You can also go over here, click the move it button, and move it wherever you want. You can also press the rotate button. Press the rotate button and go over the rotate and rotate it. Now, once you select the part, you might notice that the properties tab has opened up and there's a lot of stuff. Well, I'm going to explain each one of these. Each part has one of their specific characteristics. So first, there's the brick color. This will do your brick color. There's the color of it. There's the material. This is the reflexancy. And this is the transparency. These are all the visible data tables. You're going to go to the brick color, and you can choose a brick color manually. There's a cast shadow. If they cast a shadow. So, if you're wondering how to get the smooth moving, you go to model, and you just uncheck the move button. I like having rotate checked because sometimes it is hard to get a 90-degree angle while there is no studs. So that's why I use the for 10 degrees for the rotate. Now, these are all the visible, so what the player sees. So we can change the brick color. We can see if it casts a shadow. You can see the shadow is gone. Sometimes, yeah. And then there's the color. You can change the color from over here, from the color selections over here, instead of brick color, or you can change it with the RGB volume, 0, 0, 0, black, so on. This is the material. You can change it to be grass, you see it becomes a grass texture. And there's the concrete. Change the color back to green, or concrete. So, and then fabric is fabric, and then that's the material. And then there's the reflectancy, so you can change reflectancy. Change it to 4. You can also adjust it over here. It only goes up to 1, so you don't have to make it up to 100 to get it to full maximum. If we change this, I think it'll change the reflectancy level. Yeah, whatever. So that's the reflectancy, where the light bounces off. And this is transparency, 0.5. Let's have transparency, semi-transparent, 0.9, 0.8. Almost fully transparent, you see. Oh, no, 9.8, 0.8. Almost transparent. So close to being transparent. 0.1. There's a little bit transparent. Only a little bit. Now, once you scroll down to data, there's all the data. The name of the part, right now it's part. If you change this for something like that, then this will change to 4. When you're working in scripts, I'll tell you. Those mean 0. Or I can just change it back to part. Oh, sorry. We can change the orientation over here. For example, we want to change it to 90. And now change the orientation. By the way, Control Z is undo, redo, and then there's duplicate. Control D is duplicate. Those are really, really useful. Control Shift Z is redo. I meant undo. Wait, never mind. Okay, so then the parent. So I can set the parent. Over here is where all the visible things are, except for camera and terrain. All the visible things are. And put it into players. That's where the players are. So the part won't be visible to us right now. You can put it into server storage and it won't be visible. Sound service, whatever you want. This can be really, really helpful to put it somewhere else. For example, server storage, when you are working with scripts and the story game. So you can also do the position. So right now, that is position. As we move this, you see the x-axis moves and the y-axis, the z-axis moves, and the y-axis moves. So, and then you use your behavior if it's anchored. So if it's not, then it will fall to the ground. If it is, then it will stay in the sky. Are travelable. When you uncheck that, weird things happen. Can collide. This means if the player can pass through it or not. Can touch if it can be touched. Collision group ID. I'll explain the collision group later. Blocks. You can select it or not. Massless. That's part of physics. And over here is all the size, shape, priority, and stuff. Here's the assembly. You don't have to care about that right now. Now let's start with the scripts now. Now, how do you create a script? You might be wondering. Well, the first thing you do is you can go to Advanced in the Model tab, press on Scripts, and whatever selecting on, it will create a script on it. Or you can also, when you hover over something, there will be a plus button beside it. Once you press that plus button, it will appear all of this. Now you can insert a script, and you can start working. Now, we can do, game. Do you know what game is? Game is the game. So, you can do, this is the game basically. You can see over here, this whole game. So, when you go over here to the game, you can see that you can select any of these. Game.workspace. Game.workspace. Game.players. game, whatever, server storage, any of these over here, then do all of that. Now, right now, our part is in the workspace. Sorry. So, over here is the game, right? Now, we can select the workspace. The part is in the workspace right now. See, the part is in the workspace. So, game.part. So that's the name of the part. That's what the name is for. If we name it to hello, then we have to go over here and change this to hello. And then, after doing that, it selects the part. But we don't have anything to do with it. Now, we can do game.hello.brickColor, or cast shadow, or color, or material, reflectancy, whatever. And then over here, you can select that, for example, dot transparency. So I can do game.hello.transparency. Over here, you can set that equal to 0.5, 0.7, or something like that. That'll change your transparency. You also do game.hello. Maybe we can do material equals string. Don't forget to do string. I'll talk about that in the next episode. And then any of these. For example, I want it to be neon. Game hello brick color. Now we have to set a type now. We have to set a type for this brick color. Now I need to tell the script, hey, we're going to use this type, so we're going to do brick color.new. So that will create a new brick color and tell the script, hey, we're going to set this type to brick color because this is a color. So we can't just do like equals fossil because that won't work. We have to tell the script, hey, well, we're going to need a brick color. And then we just .new, meaning we want to create one brick color. And then in here we can select whatever we want. For example, really red. Really red. Or there's another way. We can do game.hello color. If I do color equals color over here. Here's another way. Equals color free. So that's the same thing as over here. .new. Then to tell the script it's color free instead of brick color. And I can do 0, 10, 0, something like that. An RGB color. So right now. Or I can just select one over here. Just like that. And then there's the reflectancy property. Game hello dot reflectancy. And that's equal to maybe 1, 0.5, something like that. And then there's all the other ones, anchored. So and that's anchored, something like that. So that's all the how-to for today. I'll tell. Oh yeah, and if you want to see it run, right over here, there's the part, and we can see it in action. And by the way, if you want to set it to the anchor, game.hello.anchored example equal to false or true. So that means true is when the check mark is up, false when the check mark is down. Right now it's up. You can set that to false. And by the way, don't forget about the wait function. Wait just waits for the amount of seconds. Wait, parentheses, 0.5, 0.1, whatever. Now, if you put this over here, and Control C, V here, so it waits. After doing this, it waits 1, doing this, waits 1, and then that. So let's test this out. Oh wow, and by the way, you can also, over here it says play, right? And it says this play button, right? You're going to click this arrow over here and press run instead of play. I can see this in action. Sorry. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, we didn't actually go to the workspace, so there is no hello in here. You see, I forgot about that. Workspace. Again, game.workspace, so I forgot to do game.workspace.hello. Again, to direct it to hello, not to whatever else. By the way, this is pretty dumb, so you can make it smart by telling where it directs it from. So game is this explorer, directed to workspace, here, and down to hello. Just like that. We're also result in an error because the script cannot find anything else hello in here. That's what the output is for too. It detects the errors. Game.workspace.hello. See? It changes from red into blue and then it falls. That's how it is in action. Now goodbye and see you in the next video.